Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by a former publicist and writer with motherhood stuck in the middle. Her latest project is Enough About the Baby, a brutally honest guide to surviving the first year of motherhood. It's now out. We welcome Becky Vieira.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Becky, let's go beyond the mic. How does a Sigma Kappa from California State Chico survive the PR world?
First of all, I'm impressed by your research. Wow. Well, yeah, the PR world is tough. It's fun. It's a lot of long hours. I think I just happen to get very lucky and work with a lot of wonderful people and have some really great clients.
This book is filled with your own experiences and those of other moms. Why was it important to show that parenting is a challenge we all face?
Because I think that so much is focused on the good, and there is a lot of good. It's a tremendously wonderful experience. But the hard parts are hard too. And I don't think that we as mothers are given the full scope of what those entail. And the more I began sharing my story and talking to other moms, I realized there's really just a void. There's a need for this honesty to help women prepare for what motherhood truly entails and to help them navigate it and make it a better experience for everyone involved.
My mother, wife, ex-wife, all make that same face when another mom has their child go in temper tantrum mode with a nod that anyone says, "We feel you, sister." Why is it important for mothers to realize that there is almost nothing that they are going through that someone else hasn't been through before?
Because if you think you're the only one, you feel like a failure. You think, if I'm the only one this has ever happened to, what is wrong with me? Am I the bad mom? Everyone else can do this. Everyone else has done this without X, Y, and Z happening. I must be a bad mom. It's in knowing that others are sharing the struggle, knowing that we're not alone. It gives us a sense that we're doing it right, that it is hard, that everyone is going through what we are. And it takes some of that guilt off your shoulders, that worry that you're missing something, that you're not doing something right.
You say in your book, quote, "The concept of moms valuing themselves and their children at the same time is slowly starting to take hold. And frankly, it's about time," unquote. Why is it taking so long?
I think it's just been generations of women not really talking about the truth of motherhood. And it's, maybe it's a little bit of, well, we've all done this, so, just don't talk about this. Suck it up and move through it. Or, some of these topics are also a little taboo. When my grandmother was a new mom, they weren't talking about postpartum sex and they weren't talking about maternal mental health. So I think it's a lot of things combined. I think, women are having children later in life. They are used to having information at their fingertips. They want to know what they're getting into, and they're open and they're ready to hear about it. And it's the stars have aligned. It's really time to take this to the next level with motherhood and really approaching it with honesty and encouragement and reminding new moms that they matter too.
Becky Vieira, author of Enough About the Baby, a brutally honest guide to surviving the first year of motherhood, joins us for the Rocking Aid. Becky, it's just 8 random questions. All you have to do, answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure.
Okay.
If you could give a new mom an actual instruction manual, what's the one tip that is the most important?
Use a washcloth over your son when you're giving him a bath. Over your son's special parts. I learned that the hard way.
My son did that to me, and it went in my mouth.
We have a video. It went across the entire kitchen.
Wife laughed. It was not funny. Worst thing about Vanderpump Rules?
Oh, my goodness. That terrible Tom human. Ugh. His hair, his behavior.
Becky, as a former member of the PR world, what's the worst thing ever pitched in a PR meeting?
I think the worst thing ever pitched was something that happened all the time, which was, "We'll get you on Oprah. We'll get you on Oprah. This should be on Oprah." I think every publicist was just a collective sigh of relief when Oprah retired.
How about the best thing about your son, Archie?
Oh, my goodness. Just his heart. He's very sweet. He's very compassionate. He holds open doors for me. And he's just a good person.
I know this could be a controversial question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Uh-oh.
If you had to do it all over again, would you breastfeed or bottle feed?
I would combo feed. Yes, I would pump, but I would also bring in formula. I would take some of the pressure off of me for not only feeding, but producing. Best board game to play with your son? He's really getting into Clue right now, which has always been a favorite of mine. So I'm enjoying that. Sure beats Candyland.
Well, come on. If he lands in that space, he automatically wins.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he makes up his own rules for Candyland.
He's cheating. Do you think happiness is a choice?
That's a great question. Can I say sometimes? Does it have to be a yes or a no? I think sometimes.
The Rocky Nate is about answering the question. Don't matter if you answer it right or answer it wrong. It also allows you to open up. What's your favorite movie other than Dirty Dancing?
So many good ones. I really love Titanic, and should I be embarrassed to say that? It's so good.
No, I still have a bruise from my wife from the time I shouted in the theater, "Oh my God, I hope the boat doesn't sink." Still in trouble for that one.
I just read something about how the true villain of Titanic is Rose, because she tells Jack she won't let go. She lets go. She makes these people listen to her 3-hour story about, her time on the boat. And then she throws the necklace that they're looking for into the water, and then she dies on their boat.
What a villain. It's time for the back half with Becky Vieira. Beyond the mic. Becky, what's the best thing about your husband, and how has he helped you through this process?
Oh, my husband he's funny. He makes me laugh. That's probably one of my favorite things about him. And I think that's also a way he helps me through hard times. We both like to laugh. Humor is very healing for us, and he just knows what to say and when to say it and when to make it funny.
Becky, what's your favorite story in the book?
So many. I think probably the funniest story was when the gardener walked in on me topless in the backyard. And I tried to walk inside quickly, but I was healing from a C-section, and I ended up peeing myself. That's a good one.
It's time for One Big Question with author of Enough About the Baby, A Brutally Honest Guide to Surviving the First Year of Motherhood, Becky Vieira. Beyond the mic. You bravely posted on your Instagram your daily meds, helping with your mental health. Why did you take this step to show more than you had to?
I do it because I hope I can at least help one person. I was so ashamed when I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. I thought it was almost like a dirty secret. I think that there's a stigma around mental health, and it's getting better, but I think that we still sometimes look at people who struggle with their mental health as somehow less than, or, catatonic, people who can't function in society. And, it was very hard. It was very hard coming to the realization that that was something I was dealing with and that I needed to be medicated. And I think the best way we can destigmatize something is by talking about it and sharing our stories. And sometimes it's just a simple visual of saying, look, this is what I do every single day to maintain my mental health, and showing, my 5 or 6 pills. It really resonates with a lot of people. And I always think if I can just encourage one person to do what they need to do to take care of their mental health, and whether that's medication, maybe it's talk therapy, some other form of therapy, but to prioritize themselves and their mental health and get help, it's worth it.
Becky, where can people find you online?
The best place to find me is on Instagram at Witty Otter. I am too old for TikTok, and I don't really know how to use anything else, so look for me there.
She hates Tom on Vanderpump Rules, loves playing Clue, and wants you to read her book, Enough About the Baby, A Brutally Honest Guide to Surviving the First Year of Motherhood. Author Becky Vieira, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you so much. That was fun.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut.